Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Taurus reading. The full moon in Taurus is on about the 15th of November. This is a general reading, so it isn't going to resonate for all of you. Because these do incorporate astrological information, anyone is welcome to any reading. However, if you have an Aquarius rising, this is going to be most resonant for you. If you're interested in a personal reading, please check out the description box below where I'm featuring a half off sale through the end of this year. I would be delighted if you would take advantage of that opportunity, and all the information you need is listed below. Thank you for being here and for all the support that you give me. Aquarius, let's get started with your overall energy, the Nine of Wands. This feels like you've been working at something for a very long time. You've been trying and trying to do things. In some ways, I feel like there is a consistent effort that you have made over and over again, almost like throwing yourself at something wholeheartedly, not necessarily failing, but learning something each time that you sustain this effort. And now you are damaged, a little bit bruised and battered, but you are determined. You know that you're very close to a success, to an achievement, to an accomplishment. But there's something new that you're understanding, something that is shifting your approach. And that has to do in some ways with what you are learning about yourself, your family of origin, your own behavioral patterns and routines that may be restricting you and that you are now taking greater responsibility for. In the 10th house, the way others see you, your social identity, the moon card is being very much impacted by this journey that you have been going on within. This is not something that started yesterday. It, it's easy to equate this kind of a journey with Pluto's transit through Aquarius. So for the prior 15 years or more, you have been looking at patterns, taking responsibility for your experiences, for your reality, understanding that any difficulties you've experienced can be traced to some environment or situation or treatment you received, uh, either as a child or coming of age. Facing that has been difficult because this is the source of a lot of our shame, a lot of our um, discomfort with who we are or the way that we see ourselves or the way we've been treated, and consequently have experiences that resonate with that treatment in the world. You are cultivating a sense of stillness, contemplation, meditation, peace, journaling, opportunity to be at stillness with your own thoughts and experiences in order to uh, have a dialogue with yourself, to recognize the support that is around you in various ways that you can begin to ask for the help for what you want. This also kind of aligns with claiming what you want, knowing what you want, and being clear about that, not allowing yourself to be defined by others in the same way that you are connected with your ancestors, with your guides, with invisible sources and spheres of information that you may not have been attuned to or you may have been fearful about in the past. In the first house, the Eight of Cups. This indicates something that you have outgrown, a situation it's clear in your perspective now. And I think this is as a result of the deep work that you have been doing with yourself, on yourself, for yourself. You are preparing yourself to meet a challenge that is significant to your mission, to your purpose, to how you define yourself. And you gain that courage, that strength through relationships that you now understand you must move on from. These relationships are not being ended or severed by you. You're simply allowing yourself to open up to new experiences, take on greater challenges that you now feel prepared for as you have broken out of family system, a behavioral pattern that had previously defined you. And in the fourth house, the house of your home, your family, your soul, the Knight of Wands is really the area that is uh, where this full moon lunation is having significant influence. There you are finding inspiration from all of the work that you've been doing, the efforts you've been making consistently for some of you over the past decade and more, is gaining a sense of inspiration about what you are discovering about yourself, how you are launching into further exploration of who you are, your own qualities, your own gifts, the things that motivate you towards success, towards abundance, towards greater exploration of the world. In the seventh house of your significant others, we have the Page of Wands. So this is again about your willingness to not abandon the past, but to be open to doing things differently, to be open to new information, new inspiration, trying things that you haven't tried before, going places, exposing yourself to communities, to collectives, to relationships, to information that has previously been distant or seemed inaccessible to you. You're charging forward in a way that is open to understanding the world from a new perspective. This is really a big lifestyle change, a big lifestyle shift, I feel, that's eminent for you. And it can be experienced through a significant partnership. There's a connection that you are building upon that is helping you to access new worlds, new information, new perspectives. I hope this reading is resonating for you, Aquarius. If so, please like this video, please share it with others, and please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I've pulled the Death card, which reads, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. And I do feel you at the crux. The fourth house is very much about that the endings and beginnings. This is your root. This is your foundation. This is the basis from which you release and you build again. So there's a rebirth embedded in this card for you. And I do feel that you're absolutely in a place of preparing for that rebirth. In the first house, the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is this commitment that you have made to a partnership. This partnership can be to an individual. It can also be to a group, a team, a community, or a vision, an effort. This is about celebrating the commitment that you've made. This is the famous 1111 card, joining forces with someone else who is whole, another entity that is complete in order to do work beyond yourself, committed to the growth that a partnership represents, building something and celebrating that. This is sometimes seen as the card of marriage, but it's as much about being committed to working together to build something. In the fourth house, the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Three of Cups. Your self-exploration has garnered you a lot of support. Your fearlessness, your ability to release what has been familiar, what has served you, open up, openness to new support, new friendships, new intimate friendships is something that you're celebrating, something that your own shifts and exploration has garnered you. So that this support represents protection, it represents vulnerability, a place where your best ideas come the from what you've learned about the things you've overcome, the struggles you now identify and take responsibility for. This requires a lot of vulnerability, and sharing this information requires a protected, intimate, sacred space that you celebrate in your life. In the seventh house, the Page of Wands is clarified by the Three of Wands. You are setting up a new household, a new business, a new project. Perhaps this is a new job that is facilitating your vision ultimately. You understand that this is merely the beginning. This is the preliminary setup. That's what I call it, a setup, because you're doing the work to connect with others who could be likely collaborators with you, who have information that can be of use to you. Finding the information, looking at models of what others have done is part of this journey you're on, but you are setting up something that reflects your new lifestyle, your new open approach. And in the 10th house, the Moon card is clarified by the Knight of Swords. This is something, Aquarius, you are naturally gifted at, and that is your ability to be dispassionate about the truth, dispassionate about justice, so that you are ending up, because of what you have learned about your own journey, your own conditioning, your own identification or labeling, the way that you're breaking free from that, understanding that you deserve support for who you are, um, is puts you in a position to help others do the same, so that you become a voice for challenging assumptions, for uh, challenging the received wisdom that many of us have been conditioned with, understanding that the world is different and you're seeing things very differently now. And because of that, you are intrigued, you're curious. This curiosity is what fuels the discussions, the discourse, the exchanges that you're having with others, the modeling that you're doing in your own life to break through, to move on to unfamiliar terrain, to have a larger impact in the shaping of your life and in a better world. Aquarius, I'm going to complete this reading with a Flora and Fauna of Africa Oracle, and I've pulled the Okapi, and the keywords are spiritual growth. I'd like to add that the Okapi has a flower associated with it, which is the sacred lotus. Embrace all aspects of you. Your uniqueness is your power. Let your spirit guide you. This is so appropriate for beautiful Aquarians. So thank you so much for this reading. Until next time, namaste.